Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to ServiceNow 911. In today's video, we are giving you the complete course of Service Catalog. Yes, let me show you. This is the complete course of Service Catalog, and in this single course, you will get each and every aspect of Service Catalog. Because Service Catalog is one application that is being used by each and every ServiceNow developer, ServiceNow administrator, because today or later you will get a requirement where you have to deal with Service Catalog, where you have to deal with workflows, and you have to deal with all other aspects of Service Catalog. So without wasting any time, let's start this amazing course. You see, these all are the topics which are covered. What is self-service application, service catalog application, catalog item administration, category, catalog item variable, everything in proper demo shape. Then we discuss variable set, dynamic category, record producer, complete order guide and its administration, what is execution plan, workflow, how the workflow work, how to trigger the workflow, each and every aspect of workflow. Then later in the course you will get service catalog integration as well. In this integration we demonstrate how to create REQ, RITM and task automatically directly from the code. After that we understand how to create service catalog using REST API. Then we go for client script, that is catalog client script demo. After that we understand some important type of variables, and then finally we complete this course by diagnostic reports. That report will tell you how your complete service catalog is doing, okay, what all aspects of each and every point of service catalog is beneficial for you. So you have to go till the end, because in this course you will get enough information, and that is in sequential manner. So all the very best. Let's start with the very first topic, that is what is self-service application, because this self-service application is the basic of complete service catalog. In every ServiceNow instance, you will see an application known as self-service, and this is the application which is available to all the users. By all means, irrespective of role, if the user has no role, in that case also the user will have this application available. Okay, so what is this application? So ServiceNow has provided this application so that the user get necessary information, so that the user will perform the necessary operations of the company. You see, this application is having service catalog, that is if the user want to order something, if the user want to log a request, want to log an issue, he can do so by using this. Okay, along with that it has knowledge as well, so that if the user want to understand any process, he can do so here. The user can see all the necessary requests which are raised by the user can see his profile, the user can see all the necessary information which the user is required is available in this application. Okay, irrespective of any other departmental information or any other technical information. All the needed and interested dashboards of the user are also available, so that the user will get an overview of the application he is linked with. Okay, so this is what we call a self-service application. I hope you understand it now. So this is all about self-service application. Now we go deep into what is service catalog application. Stay tuned. Let's start the video. So this is self-service application. Here you see service catalog. Let me open it. Okay, so this is the interface of service catalog. So what you see here, it seems like a menu card, right? You see the services, you see the hardware, software, all kind of things which an employee need, so that the user or the employee can order it and get facilitated as soon as possible. You see the shopping cart here as well. Right now it is empty because we have not added anything. So along with the services you have here, can we help you category as well, where you can report issues and submit the request. Okay, so let me open this. So here you see all kind of things which are needed, like password reset, incident creation, if you have any performance issue, an outage, everything you can mention here and get it resolved as soon as possible. So from this interface we can see that these all things are categorized properly, right? So we have categorized the services accordingly, okay, and placed same related categories in a single category. there are few technical terms which you need to know. Okay, so let me show you right away. So the very first one is execution plan. You can say this is a kind of workflow or this is a kind of steps of execution. Then we have execution plan task. Okay, so in the execution plan, at every point you have something where a fulfillment group is doing something, right? They are doing it manually or they are doing it on your behalf. So that particular point is known as execution plan task, because actually the things are happening there. Then we have the fulfillment group. So it is the name of the group which is providing the services at every level of the execution plan. As simple as that. Then we have tickets. So this is a way to manage the work more efficiently, more clearly. Okay, so these are the few technical things which you must know before starting the service catalog. So let's go back. So now let me drill down into it. Okay, let's click on software category. So right now we are under the software category of service catalog, and this software category is having certain items. So in technical terms in ServiceNow, these items are known as catalog items. Okay, you can add a number of items to a category, and you can add a second category under one category, that is a parent-child relationship can also be maintained in service catalog. So now let me open this access one. It means I am opening the service catalog here, and here you see a proper image of this item. You see certain information of the item, and this checkbox is nothing but a variable, and it is used to obtain some information from the users. Okay, so in order to obtain information from the users, you can have n number of variables. Like we have fields in the form, you can have variables of different types in the catalog item. So as soon as you are done with it, you have the option of quantity here. You can select the quantity and then you can order it or add to the cart if you want to do multiple shopping. So now let me order it. So as soon as you order it, you see the request has been submitted and you see the request number and the corresponding stage of that item where it is right now. Okay, so you see various stages are available here. So let me open this. This is the request, this is the requested for, that is it is requested by me, so that's why my name is available here. And then you have this requested item. This RITM is known as requested item, and this RITM is corresponding to the service which you want. Okay, so generally we have a single request and then number of requested item according to the services you want, and then each requested item has its own workflow, because you know for acquiring a service you have certain level of execution plans or workflows which it will carry, which it will perform. Okay, so now let me open this. You see the stage here, you see the state here. Okay, and here you can see the workflow as well. So this is how the workflow looks like. It is right now at the catalog task because it is green. These ones are finished already. Okay, here you see the catalog task where it is pending. Okay, so in this way, first of all we have request and then a number of requested item, and then corresponding to the workflow, corresponding to the execution plan of that service, we have catalog task available for each item. So now let me close this task. Okay, as soon as we close this task, you see the workflow will go to the next task, and if we reload this, you see one task is complete. Okay, the second task is now available, and the task is assigned to the group field services. This is nothing but the fulfillment group which we already discussed. So after each and every task is complete, it will go further and finally it will complete. Okay, so let me complete it as soon as possible. So you see finally the workflow is complete. You see the state of the workflow is finished, and let me check the requested item here. This is the requested item, right? Let me reload it. You see it is completed, it is closed complete. So here you have a number of states, right? Based on what is actually happening, you can set the state according to you. So it means the order is delivered, that is the request is fulfilled now. Okay, that's why all the task is completed. So this is the introduction of service catalog in front of you. So friends, this is all about service catalog application and all the vocabularies which you have to deal with. Now let's go in deep and understand catalog item. So let's open the service catalog. Let's go to hardware. Let's open this catalog item. Now you have to right click on the header and click on configure item. So now you see each and every details here for this catalog item, and you can make edit. Okay, many of these are self-explanatory things like name. Then we have catalog, so you can have a number of catalogs in which a catalog item can be present. Based on your organization, you can create a catalog. Okay, you just have to go to the catalog table and then you can create it. Here you see this item is present in two catalog. One is test catalog and second is service catalog. If you want to add a new one, you can click on it. You see total 4 catalogs are available. So let me add this in the technical catalog as well. Okay, so now done. Then we have the category field. This is also important. So here we have total 40 categories. Okay, all these categories are derived from these catalogs. Okay, a particular field, and you have to select one from it. Then you can add owner, you can update the state. It's not that important. Okay, you need not to do anything here. Just come here in the item details where you can provide short description. Description can be given in a more advanced way where you can add link, text, video, anything you want. Then you have this meta field where you have to provide some comma separated text so that it will be easy for this item to come in the search. Then you have this process engine. Here you have to select the either flow, workflow or execution plan. So all these three will provide some set of predefined steps which is used to acquire the service, or in this case which is used to get this developer laptop by anyone. Okay, so in catalog item generally we use workflows. Okay, you can use either flow and execution plan as well, but traditionally workflow is being used. Okay, now let's go to the next one. There you have pictures. You can select icon and picture here. Then you have pricing options. Okay, well defined. And then you have these portal settings. Okay, where you can select any of these options, self-explanatory. Okay, now come at the bottom. Here you see various related lists. The very important one is variables. So if you have seen previous video of service catalog, you know what is a variable. A variable is something by which we can either present the information or get some details from the users. Okay, so now if we just try this developer laptop, you see all these are variables. Here in this we are asking for which optional software you want from this laptop, and here we are asking from the user if he has some additional requirements. Okay, so if you compare these variables with the fields in ServiceNow table, okay, it is almost the same concept. You see here we have the name of the variable, we have the type of the variable, this is the question or you can say label of the variable. Okay, this is the order, by which order you want to display the variable. Okay, so let me open this variable. Okay, so this is the variable. You see the question and name is the one which we use in scripting time. Okay, otherwise you see here selection is required, read only, hidden, all these mandatory, all these options are available like we have on the fields. You can see the type here, you can have the default value, you can set the permissions like who can read, which role can read, which role can write, which role can create. Okay, and you can provide the availability options as well. You can create a number of variables for a catalog item and arrange it according to your wish. Then we have variable sets. So now suppose you have some variables which are of same kind, and these variables are used in multiple catalog items. So instead of creating these variables in each catalog item, you can create a variable set and then you can utilize that variable set in all the catalog items from here. Okay, so this is a kind of creating and sharing thing. Then we have UI policies, then we have catalog client script. So all these scripting options are also available for that particular catalog item, because when we have fields we have to do some kind of actions based on clicks and all, right? So in that case you can use all these UI policy and catalog client script. We'll understand later. Then you have this available for and not available for. So various conditions are there which you can add here. Okay, you can create new or select from existing. So you can select the condition from here. You see, you can add users, group and roles to which this particular catalog item is available, and you can select company, location, all such filters you can select from here. So I guess you understand what is a catalog item and all the utilities which we are going to use in it. Now it's time to provide a complete demo. So now stay tuned to understand how to create a catalog, a category, a catalog item and variables. A very exciting journey. Let's start the video. There are many things in service catalog. You see a proper application here. Let me open it. You see catalog builder, everything is here. So we will go through all these things one by one, okay? So now let's go to the catalogs first of all. Maintain catalog. So you see there are total 3 catalogs which are available. So let's create a new one. Let's provide some title. You can provide manager, editor and description, background color, all these things you can provide. Let's click on submit. So we have the catalog ID here. You can see at bottom you can create a category, okay? Or you can go here in the maintain categories, okay, and create a new one. Both redirect you to the same table. So I am just showing it right away in the catalog, which will be easy and direct. Click on new. Tech topics. Under catalog you can provide all these things, okay. Now let me save it, and then let's add one more and we'll call it non-tech topics, okay. Right click, insert and stay. So now we have 2 categories here. Let me go to the catalog one more time. You see we have 2 categories, okay. Now we will create one catalog item here. So you can either go here in the maintain item, which will open this table, that is sc_cat_item, which include all the catalog items which are available, okay. So we will create the catalog item from here. It will also redirect us to the same table. Click on new. So now let's provide some catalog item detail. Let's say get training. It is in this catalog. Now we have to provide the category. So you know we have 2 categories available. You see all these 2 categories. Only those categories which belongs to the catalogs here will come up here. Okay, so let's say this one is tech topic. You can add this catalog item in more than one catalog as well. Okay, so you can select it from here, but we are avoiding it right now. We just want it to be in this particular one. Provide the owner and other fulfillment levels. Okay, so now come here, provide some description. Just provide some description as well. You can decorate the description as much as you want. Provide some meta here. It means some keywords like say tech trainings, C++, etc, etc. Okay, so now let's go to the next tab, process engine. Here you have to provide the workflow. You have the option to provide either flow, either workflow or the execution plan. So generally we use workflows here in the catalog items. The workflow is nothing but the steps to obtain the service. We have to define the complete process so that the service get acquired easily and very less time. So let's say I'll attach one workflow here. We will learn about workflow later, not in this video. So just select any of the workflow. Okay, you can see the workflow as well. Click on this, it will show you the workflow. So you see this workflow, it is starting from here and ending here. In between you have various options. You have approvals, you have tasks, you have notifications, you have logging message. Okay, you can add scripting, you can add any other steps which you can think of in this workflow. So this needs a separate session and we will have it as soon as possible. Okay, so now we'll have we added the workflow here. You can add the picture, you can add the icon. When you add the icon, it will appear here somewhere. Okay, then you have the pricing options. So let's say this is $10. You can add the recurring price, you can add the frequencies. Okay, all these are functional options. I think you already know it. Then in the portal settings you have all these out of box options. You can easily understand what all these are saying, so just read it and work on it. Okay, so once done, we are ready. Now click on submit. So now we have our catalog item ready. So let's see where it is. Short it, then you'll get it here, get training. So now we will add few variables so that we will obtain the information from the users. So for that you have to go here in the variables, click on new. So just like we have fields on the forms, in the same way we have variables in the catalog items. So by using variables, we can either display some information or get some input from the users. So here, first of all, you have to select the type. Like table fields, we have all these types. You can go through all these types. Okay, so let's say first of all we need this one. Okay, and let's put the order. Orders are nothing but the display order of the variables in the catalog item. Lower the order, top will be the position. Provide the question here. Question is just like the label. Name the training. The name will come automatically. You can change it as well, and we use this name in the scripting and all. Okay, then you can add the top, then you can add the tooltip, or you can have some example text. Then you have the annotations here where you can click on this so that it will display some more information. So let's do it. Okay, more information, let's say provide the name. Then you have this tab where you have to provide the width of the variable, like how much you want to show it. So let's say we want it to be a 50% width. Okay, and then we have this regular expression validation. So in case you are asking for like email, IP address, URL, etc., so you can use this validation for regular expression, but we are asking just the name. Okay, so we will avoid it. Then you can provide the attributes. Okay, like we can add the attributes in the fields. You can add such attributes here. Okay, comma separated. Default value you already know. After that we have the permission tab where you have to provide like which role can do all these operations, read, write and create. So you can read more in this. Okay, very simple. Then we have this availability tab, and I want to display it in everywhere. Okay, bundle, elsewhere, guide and summaries. Okay, if you want you can avoid it by unchecking it. So now we are done, so let's click on submit. So you see at the bottom we have the variable ready. Okay, so all the items are ready. We will understand variable set, catalog policy, client script, each and every topic one by one in very short and simple videos, so that it will be more easy for you to understand. So now let's go to the catalogs and see how the catalog is displayed. Come here under service catalog application, click here, catalogs. See at the moment only 2 catalogs are here. Click on this plus sign. You see the catalog ServiceNow 911 is there, so let me add it here. It's added. Okay, so now let's click on it. Again it is having no category, so let me click on this plus. You see both the categories here, non-tech and tech topics. Okay, add it here, and then let me add this one as well. So we have added both. Okay, so now if we go to the tech topics, we'll see the item listed here. If you add some images and all, then it will look stunning. Okay, so now again let's go to catalogs and we'll click on this. We'll go to the categories, and here it is, the tech topic get training item which we have created. Click on it. You see this is the short description, this is the description, this is the name of the training. Okay, let's say I want C++. Then click on this more information. It is that show help which we have added in annotations. It will provide more clarity about the variable. So we have added the thing. Now you can either add it to the cart or order it. Okay, that's up to you. Rest you already know how this will work. Okay, it will create a request, and that request is having, and this request is having this catalog item. This catalog item is attached to the workflow which we have attached to it. You will see the workflow here. Okay, right now the workflow is at this approval step. See, this one is active, so if you come here you will see the approval here. Okay, so now you can go for it, you can approve it, and then once you approve it, it will go further. Just refresh the workflow. You see this is done, it is approved, then it is coming here. So like this the whole workflow will be followed. So this I already explained, this I already shown with the example in the previous videos. Okay, so now we understand how to create a catalog, then how to create a category, and then how to create variables and catalog item. You can have n number of categories in a catalog, you can have n number of subcategories in a category, and then you can have n number of catalog items in a category or in a subcategory. So I hope you understand it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. Bye bye. So after the complete demo of catalog, category, catalog item, variable and workflows, it's time to get smarter, and we get smarter in Service Catalog by using variable set. That is our next video. Stay tuned. Thank you so much. So this is the get training catalog item under ServiceNow 911 catalog, and the category is tech topics. Okay. So now let's scroll to the bottom. You see here one variable with order 100, and then we have this variable set. So first of all, what is a variable set? In simple terms, if you want to use variables in more than one catalog item, so instead of creating these variables every time in the catalog items, you can create a variable set, and then that variable set can be used by each catalog item. So ultimately this variable set is a concept for the variable reuse purpose and save time of the developers. So here you see variable set. Okay, so there is a proper variable set table. Under catalog variables, click on variable sets. As of now, you see these are the 4 variable sets which are available out of the box. So let me create one new one. Click here, new. So we have two type of variable sets, single row display and multiple row display. You see how they are displayed here. Okay, so now let me click on this single row display. You can choose according to your requirement. Provide some title here because we have the catalog item as get training. Okay, so I am just according to that one I am using it. Then provide the order 200. Type is single row. Okay, then display title. Then let's provide the layout one column wide. We have two other options. We will check it once we create the variable set. Okay, so now let me save it. So once you have the variable set ready, you have to add variables because it is a collection of variables. Click on new. Provide type as single line text. Add order as 100. Okay, then mandatory. Provide some question here. Name of trainer. Okay, submit. Let's change the variable set name to trainer only. Save it. Then click on new, one more variable. So let's provide some reference here. Okay, reference type variable. Order will be 200. Then in question training company, because this is reference, to provide the reference. Let's say company. Okay, core company table I have selected. Rest all tabs are the same, we already discussed in the last video. If you are not, then please watch the last video. Let's make it mandatory as well. Submit it. So now we have two variables in this variable set. So now let's go to our catalog item and add that variable set here. So in order to add it, you need to click on edit. You see the trainer variable set is available. Select it here, then save. So now first of all this variable will get displayed, and then the variable set, because the variable set as a whole is having 200 order. If I change it to 100 or 50, then it will come before this. Okay, so now let's click on try it. You see here, this is the first one, and we have this is the display title because we wanted to get it display. And then we have these two variables and both are mandatory. Okay, click on this. It will refer to core company table where you have to select the training company. Okay, let's select this one, Rajiv. Let's add some training here, Python, Python I want to learn. Click on order now. So now you know all this. A request is created, this is the item, it has its workflow, and it will go like this. Okay, so now let me change the layout here. From 1 to we have 2 columns wide. So now let me refresh this. Layout is changing. Okay, so in this way you can make use of this layout as well according to your requirement. Okay, so I hope you got it now. Try it, use it, and then let us know if you have any doubts. Thank you so much. Bye bye. After variable set, we deep dive into record producer. What is a record producer? Why we are using it? All these questions get covered in this video. Stay tuned. So in general in ServiceNow there are 4 major items. Let me show you that. The very first one is the standard catalog item. So we already discussed what is a standard catalog item. Then we have the record producer, then we have order guide, and finally we have content items. So today we discuss about record producers. So the definition is giving alternative way of adding information such as incident via service catalog. So in case you want to create a record of a particular table, let's say incident, problem or change, means any of the task related table, in that case you use service catalog. In a standard catalog item, we generally start with a request and then it has a number of requested item, and finally based on the workflow we have tasks. But here you have the option to create a record based on the choice of the table. Okay, so let me show you one of the record producer. Most of the things are same, but only difference is the table. Okay, so now this is one of the record producer. You see the table here, SC cat item producers. So in this we have all the list. Open. So I have created this sample record producer. The name is test record producer. Then the important one is table. So I have selected a incident table. Rest all our fields are the same. Then we have the short description. You already know all these things. Meta. Then here you have to provide the catalog, the category, view, and if you want to have the cancel button in the form, then you can click this. Otherwise just remove it. Okay. Then we have this template option because we are creating a table record. So in that case, if you want to create a template, then you can do so. And then finally we have these portal settings, which are very basics. I think you already understand what this means. Okay. After that, at bottom you have the same as standard catalog item, the variables, variable set. Rest all things are the same. Only thing is you can redirect to a different table, create a record in a different table. So I have added two variable sets here. Okay. So now let me click on try it. So you see this is how it looks. Let me select one of my friend. Let's say awesome. Provide the date of birth. Submit. As soon as you submit, you see it is redirected us to the new record which is created. Okay. We have the option to set the field of table in record producer. Let me show you that. Just go back. I forget to show you, no problem. Let me configure it. Just here at the bottom, see there is a script here. Let me maximize it. So various recommendations are available here. You see you can use current. The current will represent the current record, like the incident record which is just created. Okay, then you have these warnings. Okay, and then we have the producer object to access the variable. So what I did here, so I have updated the value of this particular variable using producer. Okay, like producer dot name of the variable equal to the value, and then I have updated the short description of the incident, like current dot short description equal to. So you see here in the incident we have the short description like this. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, this is the brief introduction of this record producer. Okay, you can update the script as much as you want. Okay, all kind of server-side scripting is allowed here, so make the most use of it as per your requirement. So this is it about record producers. Let's come to our new topic, that is order guides. In this video we discuss each and every aspect of order guides. So stay tuned. Let's start the video. Under service catalog you find order guides. Open it. Here we see two out-of-box order guides. So let me open one of it. That is new hire. So the very first question is, what is the order guide? So in a nutshell, it is a kind of combination, or you can say bundle of catalog items. So why we bundle a catalog item? Because these catalog items are related. The relation can be of any business importance. Like here, new hire. So whenever a new person joins the company, he needs various type of things. First of all, ID card, then access, then laptop, then payroll details, and etc, etc. There are n number of things, depends on the organization. So instead of ordering such things one by one, why not to combine all this and order it all at a one? Concept is here the same, like we have the standard catalog item, but there is only one request and associated requested items which are corresponding to each and every request. So you see here, this is new hire, and at the bottom under rule base you see all these items. So these all are what? These all are catalog items. Rest all things are almost same as the standard catalog item, like name, catalog, category. uh, there is a two-step that I will explain later in this video. And then we have this checkbox called cascade variable. So you see here, like any catalog item, you have 7 variables here. And if you want to see or use these variables within these catalog items, okay, in that case you have to click on cascade, otherwise no need. Then short description, icon, meta, picture, everything is the same. Okay, you already know all about it. Then we have variables, the same variable which we used in any service catalog or record producer. You can create n number of variables. Then we have variable sets. Then we have the most important part, which is rule based. So these are the conditioned one. Let me open one of it. So this order guide will have this particular catalog item, but based on a condition, and that condition is specified here. Okay, you see, standard package is no and laptop type is sales. And these conditions are coming with the help of the variables which we have here. All these 7 variables. Okay, so if in case this condition is true, then this item will be included in the new hire whenever you order it. Okay, after that you have ignore mandatory evaluation. So if in this particular catalog item there is any mandatory field, if you want to ignore it, you have to check like this. Otherwise, if not, then you have to provide the mandatory variable value. Then we have the position. So this is the position, like where in the order guide this particular catalog item will come. That we will see later when we order it. Then you have this quantity. Generally it is 1, but based on your requirement you can go up to 10. Okay, so this is it for this particular one. Like this you can create n number of rule based. It totally depends on your organizational needs. So now let me click on try it. Most of the answers get cleared here. So very first tab is describe need, where you see all the variables and some information of short description and description. Okay, so here this is mandatory, so let me provide that. That's it. Once you are done, then you have to click on choose options. So as soon as you click on it, you will see all the related catalog items. So in definition we see 5 to 6 catalog items, but here we see only 4 because this is condition based. If you remember, in the rule based there are certain conditions. If these conditions are met, then only you will see the catalog item here. Standard laptop, new email account. Let me provide some address here. Done. Okay, this is same as any ordinary catalog item. Once you are done providing all the values, then you have to click on checkout. As soon as you click on checkout, you see one more window here. This window will confirm whether you have ordered right thing or not. If you want, you can delete the items directly from here. Okay, so I think I'm all set. So now click on checkout one more time. As soon as we click on it, you see the request and associated requested items. So all these requested items now will follow its own workflow and get the service to your new hire. So now let me show you one more thing. Here we do not added 2 steps, right? Let me click on it and save it. Now click on try it. Let's provide the values. Choose options. Provide the mandatory one. All things are done. So now I have to click on checkout. You see the request is generated directly. There is no confirmation screen because we have opted for 2 steps only. But it was not like this previously. Previously we saw a confirmation screen. So that time it was 3 steps. But now when we clicked on 2 steps, it is directly creating the request when you clicked on checkout for the very first time. So this is the use of this 2-step one. Okay, so just remember this. And I think this is all about order guides. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section. I will be happy to answer it. Thank you so much. Bye bye. So this is all about order guides. You see how easily we are covering the topics. And the next topic is content items. Yes, this is also one of the part of service catalog which generally not used, but today we discuss it. Okay, so stay tuned. Let's start the video. Under service catalog we have content items. Click on it. This is the table. I have created this one for you, so let me open it. So the very first thing is, what is content item? So a content item is almost similar to a catalog item, but this is just for informational purpose because you cannot see at the bottom the list of variables where you can get information or set some information. Okay, so just for informational purpose, if you want to show something in service catalog to the customers, to the employees, or to the persons who uses service catalog, in that case you can use content item. So here is the way to decide. This is content type. The first one is KB article, then we have catalog content. So I have created this catalog content. Let me try it. As simple as that. Okay, just basic one. So now let's go back. Rest all things are the same: name, catalog, category, short description, meta. Okay, you are aware of it, right? So now let me change it to KB article. So in case if you want to show a knowledge article in service catalog, in that case you can use this content type with knowledge article. Okay, so here I have selected this KB article, so let me save it. So what will happen now, the information which is there in this KB article will be shown in this catalog item. Let me show you how. Let's go to service catalog. The category is office, so let's go to office. Here you see test content item, click on it. As soon as you click on it, you see the knowledge article is in front of you. So this is how you display information using content item. Okay, it is opening in different tab because we have selected the same here, new window or tab. Okay, and you can try with module, you can try with external content. It will be just for display information. Okay, so I hope you understand what is a content item and you know where to use it. Let me know if you have any doubt. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Well done. Now it's a time for execution plan. This is the part of fulfillment process. Stay tuned. Let's start the video. Today we discuss the request fulfillment. This is the final part of service catalog. So what is this request fulfillment process? It is a process that defines the steps to request approval, assign fulfillment task, and fulfill the request. So in this we have sequence of steps which will be followed and completed to get the request complete. And to do so we have two options: either go for execution plan or workflow. In case of workflow you have n number of options, like you can have script, you can have wait for condition, you can have joins, etc, etc. But in case of execution plan, if the process is straight simple, in that case you just need to have task. So in a simple generic process where only 2 or 3 tasks are needed, we go for execution plan. Else if it is a complex process, we design workflows. So in today's video we discuss about execution plans. Apart from English, if you want to learn ServiceNow in Hindi, we have this channel for you. Come to this channel, understand each and everything in Hindi. Okay, so let's get started. Execution plan. This is my catalog item. Let me open that. Under process engine, I have added one execution plan, that is test execution plan. So now let me open this execution plan. Go to service catalog. Under service catalog application we have execution plans. Open it. You have this table of execution plan. The very first one is the one which we created. Let me open that. So in this execution plan you see 3 tasks. Okay, task 1, approval task, and then task 2. Along with task I have added one more variable. So a new information for you is that in the execution plan you can create your own questions, that is your own variables. How to use these variables we will say when we do the demo. So how to create these tasks? You just need to click on new. You have to provide the name and the fulfillment group. Okay, that's it. If you want to give assign to an SLA, that is your choice. So now let us test this new email account. Click on try it. You see we are seeing 2 variables, but we are not seeing the variable which we have created in execution plan, that is execution plan variable. Okay, we will see it later. So let's see where. Provide a value here. Click on order now. Request is created. Open the RITM. You see that variable here under variable section. So in case you have any such requirement where you need to create a variable only in the variable sections here, in that case you can create a variable in the execution plan. At the bottom you see 3 tasks generated. The one which is open is the task 1. Let me close this task. As soon as the task closes, both other two tasks will get opened, and now in the same way you can close all these tasks as well. Once you close all these tasks, you see the RITM will also get closed. So this is how a generic and basic execution plan works. So in case if your process need only some task, you can create execution plan. In the next video we will discuss about workflow. Okay, so after execution plan, finally we are at the workflows. This is one of the most important part of service catalog because it defines the whole process of getting the request fulfilled. So stay tuned, keep focus, enjoy the video. Workflow is a very creative part of ServiceNow fulfillment process. In the last video of this series, we already discussed execution plan, which was the linear one. So in ServiceNow, we have this complete application dedicated to workflow. Let's go to workflow editor. So this is the interface of workflow editor. In here, you see all the available workflows. You can find the workflow which you have created, or you can create a new one. Let me open one of the existing workflow, demo item workflow. So you see this is how the workflow look like. It's always start with begin and it ends here, okay, and in between you have your business logic, in between you have your activities. Each and every box you see here is known as activity, okay. So these activities are of n number of types. Based on your requirement, you have to select your activity and then keep it here. Like you see here we are setting the values, here we are adding approvals to the group, okay, here we are adding a catalog task, and then finally it is coming to end. So anyhow there is one beginning and there is one end. So with this explanation, let me create one sample workflow for you. Click on new workflow. So in here provide the name to the workflow, let's say workflow 911, and you have to provide the table. As we are doing it for service catalog, the table which we use is requested item, okay, because this workflow is ultimately going to attach to RITM table. In case you want to create a workflow for change request, in that case you have to attach the table as change request. For now, let's attach requested item. This is the table SCREQ item. Keep all other things like as it is. Out of box value should be okay. Now click on submit. So now this is the very basic. I already told you there is a beginning, there is an end. You can drag and drop it to anywhere. Now just select this and click on delete. Now in between you have to add your activities, and these activities should be belongs to your business logic. So let's say in my request I want to ask for approval first. So what I do here, just right click, click on add core activities and add the approval activity. So you see here there are 2 or 3 approvals, right, and I want to give an approval for user, that is a direct approval to some user, let's say my manager or a business leader, okay. So click on it, provide name to your approval, let's say BU approval, and then you have to provide the stage. So if you click here, these are the 6 stages. So what is a stage? So it is basically a field that will provide the end user some idea about the current status of your request, okay. So let's say I select waiting for approval because we are waiting for approval from BU. So this stage will be appearing on the stage field of requested item, and whenever the user visit that requested item or open that requested item, he or she will see that current stage of my request is waiting for approval. So he or she will understand, okay, this is the current stage, this is where the request is at the moment. So just for information purpose, we have this field which is syncing between the workflow and the requested item. So I hope you are getting it. Based on your requirement, you can create any number of stages. Out of box there are only 6 stages available. How to create the stage we will see in the later part of the video. In case you have any condition, you can provide here, but generally we do not provide condition. And then you have to provide the approvers, because we asked for user approval. You have the option to add the approval from here. My BU head is this Lucas, so I added that name, okay. Just lock it. If you want, you can add n number of users. If you want to add yourself, click on this, assign me. If you want to add users with the help of script, if there is any need, then you can do so as well. Okay, so we are not adding it right now. And then rest of the values should be out of box, you need not to add it. Okay, just click on submit. You see the approval step is ready. This is the complete activity. You see the stage here, you see the name here. You have two options, either it got approved or it got rejected, right? And where you want to place it, just like here. So now after beginning, you want the control should go to approval. Okay, then you have to attach it like this. And then after approval, what will happen, you have to decide that. If it rejected, you want it the workflow to get end. Okay, and if get approved, you want to add one task. Okay, so now let's say I want to add the task, so go to core activities, find out the task. As this is catalog item, so you have to add catalog task generally. Again the same thing, you have to provide name and stage. Let's say fulfillment task. Okay, a stage is fulfillment. You have the option to select the priority of the task. As you have selected catalog task, so you see here the table is already pre-selected, that is SC task. This is service catalog task, and you have the option to wait for completion. It means until unless the task is completed, the workflow will not go forward. So here you have to provide the fulfillment group, that is the group which is doing some action on this task. So let's say I have added app engine admins, and then provide the short description of the task. Let's say check details and complete the task. Then if you want to give some instruction, provide it. It will be passed on to the task as it is. Then if you want to run this workflow based on some schedule, you can add the things here, but generally we avoid this. Okay, and then in case you want to add the field values with the help of script, you can do so. More about the scriptings we will understand in the later videos, but just you see here, very basic thing, task.short description. It means task is the out of box variable or object which you use for task values. So task.short description equal to current.short description, that is whatever the value of the short description right now, it will be passed on to the task. And current here represent the requested item. If you want to pass, let's say assign to value, if you want to pass any of the value of requested item to the task, you have to do like this. But right now we are not using advanced. Okay, just leave it. And these all are the variables. If you want to show the variables of the catalog item within the task as well, so in that case you have to select the variable. So just Control A, move all here, and by doing this, what all variables you have in your catalog item will be displayed here, rest all will be vanished. Okay, so very simple. After that, just click on submit. So your catalog task activity is also ready. Just connect approve. Okay, and then finally at the end I want to add one log. So just see here, there are total 115 activities. So in order to get mastery on this workflow, you have to understand all these activities one by one. Based on your requirement, you understand these things. It's not much hard, but you must know what all activities are doing. So let's say I want to add some logs. So just find log a message. Okay, so let's give the name, provide the stage. Let's say it is completed now, right? After the task is come here, so here we provide completed because the task is completed and the request is finally completed, and provide the message. Let's say, so any simple message, this is my message. Okay, submit. So I want this message to be logged here. Okay, so just connect this to this, and then finally we come to the end. So this is the simple workflow. Again, I'm telling you that based on your requirement, you have the opportunity to use that 115 activities. Okay, it depends on requirement to requirement what you want to have, but this is how you do it. Okay, so now this particular workflow is ready, but at the moment this is checked out by me. Until unless you publish it, you will not able to see it anywhere. Okay, so let's say I want to publish it. Once it is published, it is available in market. That is this workflow can be attached to the catalog item. So now let's go to the catalog item, maintain item. Let me open this catalog item. So now go to process engine and replace the workflow, this one. So now this workflow is attached to this catalog item. So this is the complete service catalog experience. So now let me click on try it. Let's provide some email here. Click on order now. The request is generated. This is the item which is attached. So you see here, first of all, the stage which is waiting for approval, and for our workflow again the very first step is waiting for approval. So this is how the stage will maintained. So now at the bottom you see two approvers, right? First one is me and then Lucius. So as I am an admin, I can approve from anyone. So any one approval will work here. So as soon as item is approved, you see the stage is going to fulfillment, and you see the catalog task here, and it is assigned to the same group, App Engine admins, and you see the short description of the task. Let me open this task. You see the variables as well here because we have added the variables to the catalog task as well. So now let me see the workflow of this requested item. This is the body, right? This is the actual workflow, but the context of this workflow will get attached to the requested item. So let's come here. Let's click on show workflow. This is the workflow actually. This is done. It is blue. This is also done because we already provide the approval, but this is the current one which is in green, right? It is running. That is the catalog task is still open. Yes, it is open. You see here. Okay. So now let me come to this task and close this. As soon as we close this task, you see the requested item is complete. The stage is complete. Let me refresh this. This is closed and it will come here. The message is also logged and it will come to the end. Let me go to the logs. You see here, this is the log which is generated. Workflow 911 request completed. So this is how the complete workflow will take place. Let me refresh this item and you will see the stage is complete, the state is complete, and the workflow is also finished. I hope you understand the complete workflow process here. The more activities you use, the more confidence you get in the workflows. So get on to the practice. Along with the workflow editor, you have the option to schedule the workflows. You have the option to see the stages of the workflow. I told you right now only 6 stages are there, but based on your choice you can create a number of stages. So this is up to your administrator or up to you. Okay, you click on new and create a new stage that will appear in the workflows. You see the context here. I already told you what is a context. So if you click on active context, it will show you all the workflows which are executing state. Okay, and if you see all context, it will show you the complete context which were generated till now for all the workflows, for all the items. You see this is the one which is generated for our record, right? RITM 103, RITM 103, and state is finished because the workflow is already completed, finished. You have the option to see the workflow properties. So based on your organizational needs, you can update these properties. Okay, all are self-explanatory. Okay, just go here, update if you want. One last thing, if in case you want to make any change in this workflow, okay, so your manager came to you or the business leader came to you, okay, we need to add one more activity to this particular workflow. So in that case, you have to come to the workflow editor, click on open the workflow, and then first of all check out the workflow. Okay, if you click right now, because it is published, you will not be able to do anything. Everything will be read only here. So first of all you have to check out. make whatever changes you want to do. Okay, whatever you need to add a new activity, you need to add a your approval, you need to add anything, whatever you want to do you can perform. Okay, once you are done, again publish it. So until unless you publish it, the new changes will not be come into picture. Once you publish it, then only it will happen. And during the time you checked out the item, the old version which was published is only available to the users which are using that catalog item. I hope you got all the points. Let us know if you have any questions. So after all the discussion about workflows, let's discuss one important topic, that is, what is a dynamic category? You must have heard about it, so today we discuss it. So let's move to service catalog. So here you see service catalog, all these are categories, but at the top right hand side you see top request. So this is a dynamic category. Why it is dynamic? Because these items here are not added manually. These are added automatically based on the criteria, based on the number of times they have requested. So a dynamic category is something where the items are listed based on their usage. So here you see the items which are requested at the top. Okay, so let's go to service catalog here. You see under service catalog there is a option called maintain dynamic categories. So under this you can add a number of dynamic categories. The one which we see is the top request. Let me open it. Let me change the view. You see the whole logic is based on these two things: search how long and number of entries along with the type. So here you have the option to add two type of things, either requested item or the KB article. So here we have this one for requested item. You see the most commonly requested items from the service catalog over the previous 7 days. Why 7 days? Because we have added search how long 7 here, and total number of entries are 5. So that's why you see only 5 items here. So how it will work, the system will pick up the top 5 items from the number of requested items which are requested in the last 7 days. Okay, so that's how this particular item list can be modified, can be changed based on the number of catalog items requested. Okay, so this is how the dynamic categories works. If you want, you can create a number of dynamic categories based on the type like KB article or RITMs, and based on the number of days and the number of entries. Based on the whole settings, things will get displayed here. So ladies and gentlemen, this is all about dynamic categories. If you have any question, let me know in the comment section. After dynamic category, let's move to catalog client script. This is also one of the commonly used thing in service catalog. Stay tuned, watch the complete video. This is my demo. This is the catalog item where I will create the catalog client script. Scroll to the bottom, you see catalog client scripts. There are total 3 type of client scripts in any service catalog, that is on load, on change and on submit. Okay, so I have created all 3 of them. Okay, so now let me show you one by one all the scripts and then we will demo it. Okay, so this is the onload client script. Here you have to provide the type, so I have selected onload. So this applies to this catalog item, and you have the option to apply it at catalog view, requested item view and catalog task view. It means whatever processing, whatever the script is doing at the catalog, if you want to replicate the same in the variable section of RITM, that is requested item and task as well, so in that case you have to select these options. So in this script I am basically displaying one alert. So as soon as the catalog item loads, it will show this alert. Okay, so in case you want to write a script, you have to write it within this function only, that is within onload functions. Okay, just put a space here and write all the logic of your script. In order to understand the scripting properly, we have separate videos, separate playlist is going on. In this video I'm just demoing the types of this catalog client scripts. That's why I'm using only alert. Okay, so this is how the onload script work. Then we go to on change. As soon as you select the type on change, you have to provide the name of the variable, that is on change of value of which variable you want this script to work. So we want if anyone changes anything in this variable, then only this particular script works. Again you see you have to write everything in on change function only, and these are the 4 out of box objects which are available. Okay, we can use all these objects and use these objects in scripting. I have used these objects just to show the alert. Okay, so is loading is coming from here. It means it is telling you whether the form is loading or not. Okay, that's what is loading object is returning. Then you have the new value. New value is the change in the value of this particular variable on which we have written the script, that is new email. Then I'm using the control object. You see, this is the control object and it is providing the complete element of that particular variable, that is the variable of new email. So I'll show you when we test it. Okay, so this is how you write the script in this particular on change. Okay, so when it will execute whenever somebody change anything in this variable. Okay, so now let's go to third type of script, that is on submit. So here whenever we submit the form, that is whenever we order the form, okay, whenever we order the catalog item, then this particular script will work. So again here also I am just displaying the alert. Just remember, whatever you have to write within the scope of these functions in all three types, like on submit, on change and on load. So now we have all the scripts explained. So now let me reload this and show you how the script is working. Let's reload. As soon as I reloaded, you see the very first, that is the onload. In onload we have this alert, right? Welcome to ServiceNow 911. So as soon as the form load, you see this particular alert box. Click on OK, and then we have this email address here. This is my new email variable. Let me make some change here. op@gmail.com. Okay, so I'm done. I have added the value. Let me click outside. So as soon as I clicked outside, it means something has changed in this variable. That's why the on change script is now started loading. Why it is showing false? Because the form is not loading right now. It is completely loaded already. That's why we have false here. Then we have the new value object. So it is providing the value of this email address that we have entered. Okay, then we click OK. It is coming control.name. So it is giving this name. It is not the name of this variable, it is the name of this complete element. Okay, so I will show you that is from where we get the element, and then control value is the value inside this variable, again the same thing. So now let me just right click here, click on inspect. You see here, this is the element, right? IO65 something and then double D. So the same name we were getting, because this particular row is representing the complete element. So using this we can get anything from this particular variable. So if you want to use control object, you can use, and you can fetch the values from the web page accordingly. And then finally, once we are done, click on order. As soon as we click on order, it means we are submitting the form. So you are seeing the message, that is the alert which is coming on submit. Okay, so now click OK. So as soon as it is done, it will submit the form and create a request. You know the process after that. Okay, so this is how all these three type of scripts are working. If you want to do any processing using script, you can do so. How to script, how to use the APIs and all, we will discuss in separate videos. But in today's video, we understood the types of scripts which are available at catalog level. Okay, and what all are the objects available out of box which we can use. So this is it for today's video. Thank you so much. Bye. So now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to understand the integration. The integration where we discuss how to create the whole process of service catalog, that is REQ, RITM and task and associate workflow with respect to REST API. Okay, so very interesting use case. Must watch it all. Let's start the video. In this requirement, we have to create a request from Service Catalog APIs. So REST integration via REST API Explorer. Let me show you how. Let's go to REST API Explorer. So in a nutshell, if a third party want to create a request in ServiceNow, so in that case they have to go through like this. Okay, I will provide the script at the end of this video so that those scripts will be shared with the third party and they just need to change the values and update the authentication, and bingo. So this is API Explorer. Here we have to change the namespace to ServiceNow Service Catalog. This is SNSC. You see the API name is automatically populated because this is the only one here. Service Catalog APIs and API version is latest. So the function which we will use is post, and that is buy item. Click on it. So you see the buy item interface. First of all, we have to prepare the request where we have to provide the sys ID of the catalog item which we want to like create. Okay, so here the sys ID, just copy it, paste it here. After that, we have to provide the request header. The first two request header is the format, that is as it is. Okay, we want all the transactions to be done in JSON. Okay, and then we have the authorization. Because we are using this demo, so the authorization will be send as me, that is I'm using the user ID password of this demo account in order to do the authentication. Okay, in case you have a separate user, you just need to click on add header and provide the values here. So in this body, we have to specify the catalog item, sysID, as well as the value of the variables which are there in this catalog item. So here you see in this catalog item we have only one which is true, that is new email, that is the value of email address, preferred email address. Okay, so I have created a post here in this ServiceNow Spectacular website. You can go there and also understand each and every step of the process. Okay, so you see here everything is mentioned one by one. Okay, so we are at this step where we have to provide the variables. So copy it, let me paste it here. You see under sysparam ID, the sys ID of the catalog item, then the quantity of the catalog item we want to order, and then under variables, the value of the variables. Okay, if there are more than one variable, just use comma here and then add the values. Okay, now you have to click on send, click on OK. You see the request has been sent and we got the response as 200. Okay, it means the request is successful. We have created a response body and this is the request which is generated. Let me show you the request here. You see the request is properly generated. We have the requested item associated, and in the requested item you see the value of the preferred variable, and it will go as planned as per the workflow. Okay, so now here we are done with the testing of REST API Explorer, but actually we have to provide the script to the third party and they will use or consume this particular API and then send the request here. Okay, so how to get the script? So I have the script ready here in this ServiceNow Spectacular item. So I have the script already here. You see this is the script. It is a very simple script. You can just copy this script and use it anywhere you want. Okay, you just need to change the authentications here. Okay, provide the user ID and password and the endpoint based on your instance, because I have used demo but you have your own instance. So ladies and gentlemen, this is it for this integration. I hope you understand it. Let me know if you have any questions or queries. I will be happy to answer it. Subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much. So after this amazing service catalog integration, let's discuss one important variable, that is attachment variable. This is introduced in later versions, so it is very beneficial when you have to deal with the attachments. Stay tuned. This is very useful when we used to add certain type of attachments to a catalog item. Let me show you how. So this is my catalog item and I have added a new variable, that is test attachment, a basic type of attachment here. Okay, as simple as that. Click on try it. So the main advantage of using this variable is that the attachment will keep on going with every task, with every RITM, and it is very easy to handle and manage. Let me show you. You see here, this is the attachment option. Click here. Let me add this attachment here, and let me add one here. This is our traditional way to add one, right? So let me add this one. Okay, so now let me order this. Let's go to the item. So you see here both attachments are coming, CMDB CI class manager and the one which we have added in variable. That's good, but if we go down and open the task, in that case the attachment is not carry forward. Let's say there are more than one task, so in every task you have to go to the RITM and then download the attachment. But in case of variable, you see the same variable here. You can update it, you can delete it, or you can download it. Everything is possible. So this is one of the very tension-free way to share the attachment with all the tasks and everything, right? So in case you have any such requirement, I urge you to use this attachment variable rather than using this traditional way to attaching the attachment in your catalog item. Okay, I hope you got it. Thank you so much. Bye bye. So ladies and gentlemen, finally we are at the last topic of this series, that is diagnostic report. This is a very important report, and by looking into this report you will understand the nitty-gritties of your service catalog. For more details, watch the video. Stay tuned. In today's video, we discuss about catalog item diagnostics report. So, till now you have understand what is a catalog item, what is a service catalog, what is record producer and many more. But the items which you are creating, is it according to the standards of ServiceNow? Is it complementing the performance of your instance? So how do you decide that? So don't worry, ServiceNow has provided a very easy solution out of box to do so. So let me open this report under service catalog request reports. Go here. Here you see a report on the table, that is diagnostic result view, that is item diagnostic result. Click on it. Here it is. This is the proper diagnostic results of the items which you have in your service catalog. So here you see the catalog item and here is the diagnostic scores. The lowest is the best one. Okay, so you see there are total 14 items in my this demo instance which are going to 1, that is going to like good results. So let me click on it. As soon as you click on it, you see all these 14 items here which are in good shape, that is having score equal to 1, but still they have some issues, that is number 1. So let me click on this. So here you see the score, here you see the catalog item, and here you see diagnostic results where you find out the rule which is violated here. So click on it, you will see why it is being violated. So you have to go through it and rectify it and then correct your catalog item so that you will be in good terms with respect to the availability, with respect to the performance and optimization of service catalog. So now let me click on this 31. Okay, so this particular catalog item, that is create new export set, it is having 30 score. It means it is the worst one. Okay, so now let me click on it, and now you will see all the 3 rules which are being violated here: the DOM manipulation, slowness, AJAX usage, all this being violated here. So you just need to click on it, understand the problem from this info, and then work on the problem, and then finally optimize your catalog item according to the recommendations of ServiceNow. So friends, I think you understand what is this item diagnostic result. If you want to optimize your service catalog experience as a whole, you have to go through this particular report and get the things corrected. So look into it. Let me know if you have any question. Till then, thank you so much. Bye bye.